All right, howdy, folks. Welcome back. Sorry I'm a little late tonight. I had to reload everything like 7 times, so you're lucky I'm here tonight. Let's come on over to start our solar report here. While that's loading up, let me put the headphones on here. Where to put them? All right, I worked hard on that intro 7 times. I had to reboot my computer, line it all up. It would not restore like it's supposed to. Google has let me down, lost a bunch of my photos, my interviews, beautiful interviews with beautiful people from around the country up at Kirkwood. If you guys have been enjoying those videos, such a shame. But, anyways, we got to proceed forward. So, here we are, March 30th, 3/30, 2023. And you can see we've had another huge CME. And for the trained eye, you can see multiple objects going on in this. It's just insane what's going on now. Okay, and we'll just take it frame by frame and everything too. So just bear with me for a second. Some stuff I got to clear up here. Get that one out of the way. Sorry, my computer runs smoother with less pages open. Okay, let me access the buttons here. Yeah, boom. And an object right in the middle. Okay. There's not much going on in the previous frames up till about 7 here, so we're just going to start off with our event. Boom, boom, boom. And as it unfolds, it's a little blinding the camera on this side, so I want you to look over here on the red side, and we'll do the tint effect and everything. Oh boy, there was a shot back there. Right here, you can see our circular object right in the middle of this bubble. Okay, that's usually right where they're located, or just offset of the middle, but they're usually, centrally located in their magnetic field. Um, the effect I'm looking for on this red side over here, maybe if I make a few adjustments here. Forgive me, I wasn't struggling to get set up tonight. So hard, so irritating and frustrating. I almost didn't go live tonight. But this is too damn important not to, so I fight to get this to you guys. Alright, there's this dark patch right here, central dark patch right here. And when we kind of, let me get it just about right here. You know, guys, it's always about the tint and the color and shit. But when we tint down a little bit, right about there, you can make out other objects right here too. There's like a cluster of them, and that's just the darkest one of them all. Okay. Oh, thank you for saying hello to people in the chat. Thank you for you're glad to see me after my birthday. It was rough. Let's just not go there. Anyways, we have what appears to be multiple objects on this red side over here. Now that doesn't do it, but right about there, you can make out our darker patches. Let me back it up and go forward just a tad bit too, if we can, because that'll help a little bit. Please, Lord, let it work. All right, so you can see this cluster of objects come out. Over here, you can make them out too. And we'll go over to this side and try and, look a little deeper. But there's so many, and it's just so blinding to the camera that it's hard to make them out on this side. But you can sure see them over there, can't you? Sometimes one side works better than the other. All right, here's a good image on the black and white side. So let's zoom in on this real quick. Pull it up. Okay, you can see it right here. It's this round object. You can see the plasma. It's black in this negative image, but that's all plasma clinging to the backside of this round object. You can see it made this instrument react. And let's see if we can just kind of go backwards a little bit with that. See that? All right. There's a good shot of it right there. And then go to the next frame. Boom. Whoops. Let me see if I can pull that down just a little bit better for you guys. I'm zoomed in a little too tight, but I just want you guys to be able to see this object as it emerges from the plasma. Boom. Okay. And then moves out of frame. So that was our event for today, the 30th. Oh, and then there's other... Here, we got to zoom out to see this stuff too, you guys, because there's other activity going on here. All right. Bear with me here. Right about there. Get the tint just right. Scoot back. All kinds of great stuff. Just hang in there and try my best. I got some terrible news today that was just earth-shattering, and I cannot focus very well tonight. What I'm talking about is over here on this side, this little object coming out. Watch this. Perfect disc-shaped UFO object. It's not causing a CME, but it is causing a disruption in the solar wind here. You can sure see it, can't you? Like back and forward a little bit. Okay, so we're not only having CMEs and these objects causing CMEs, we're also having UFOs, okay? And where's this one frame that's streaking right through the thing here? We'll get to that frame when I see it next. Here's another object. You can see the plasma built up behind it, trailed by something else, okay? So there's not just these blatant huge CMEs, but look at this, and this. Okay, that was the last frame right there. Then I'm looking for this one where it streaks through the frame here. Oh, there we are. Okay, we're going to zoom in on this. Pull it over. Okay, here's our object, the one that's always streaking some kind of debris behind it, the Aurora Mazda object, or whatever we refer to it. You can't see the wings on it this time. It's probably at an angle, but this is the one that leaves this debris tail behind it, streaking through there, okay, at the same time, right before we're about to have our event, okay? So, this is not a comet. We see this all the time. It's a UFO that's out there. It's clear as day what it is. Who knows if it's ours or whatever, maybe angelic or something, but it's obviously there. We've captured it thousands of times. It's always in the background. It's way back in here doing stuff. I watch it bounce all over the place. Most of the time it's not, you know, a capturable or worthy shot, but it's back there. It's always streaking around. I mean, if you come over to this instrument and study it, like I do, it's always in some kind of shot, or, you know, showing up day after day. So here it is again, streaking through. Let's come over to the black and white side. You can see it blinded the camera and they pixelated it out, but it's our object showing up right before the event. You know, it almost screams, hey, look at me. You know, right before an event, we're all looking at the sun, right? And this thing streaks through there. If it was trying to be stealthy, why would it show up right like this, you know? So, this is obviously something going on out there, okay? I'll let you be the judge of what you want to think that it is. But there's clearly something out there besides these objects. I'm talking UFO type things. All right. Boom, boom, boom. We're going through our thing one more time, step by step. There was a little something there. It's like a kind of an invasion, you know. We got all these planetoid things showing up with UFOs and different races showing up. I've showed you the different races in the UFO videos. So here's the object right here. Boom, boom, boom. Moving out. Here's another one right behind it. Okay. This is getting out of hand, but that is that. Now, what I need to do, I didn't even open up any science instruments yet. I had everything open for the intro, which cost me dearly in time. 7 times I had to reboot my computer and set it up just to get it rebooted again. All right. Be patient here with me. All right, so let's just play this one more time. Let that roll real quick. I'll let the loop play for a second there while I finish cleaning this up. All right, see, there's our object. Maybe I'll even slow it down. This is one where it needs to go a little slower. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I can set up other stuff. Boom. Yeah. This one, oh, never mind. We got open pages, so just bear with me. We got to get the null school, yeah, I was trying to set all this stuff up before, and it wouldn't handle it. My page would not handle more than a couple of things open, so just bear with me. We're going to get the null school going. And this gives you an opportunity to see how to click on Earth Wind, not the Tokyo Wind map, okay? So the Earth Wind map is the null school one, this one, okay? I usually come over here and set it. I'll set it up with the, on 10 right there. That's the polar vortex. We'll pull it down and get it ready to go. I also like to get my earthquake page going. I bet there were some earthquakes today. I have not looked at a single thing yet. I just tried to get an intro going, and that killed 2 hours. Why is this not showing up very bright on my screen? Are you guys seeing this okay? Because it's not showing up very bright on my screen. On my... Here, let's get the map going. Well, more activity around Yellowstone, it looks like. We'll come back to that. I got to get all these things going here first. Get the forecast model up. Okay, boom, 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 boom. That's going to be the gem. Don't look at that yet. Don't look at that yet. So, bing, 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 bing. Yeah, all right, so let's go back and restart our solar report. We already looked at the, what happened here now? Zoom in on this. Pull it up, pull it over. Okay, as usual, we have our dip here. This is a different angled, different tapered dip than this one, than all the ones before it. So, coinciding again with my struggles. I don't know how to explain them anymore. Unfortunately, I had a new doctor today that is absolutely, I don't know. I can't go there. Anyways, so we have our dip again. The level is kind of below the seafloor here, so the sun is kind of weakening. It had this dip effect, and then when it recovered kind of weakly, so hang on. Let's go deeper. Sorry, I'm drinking a Monster trying to stay awake here to do this report. This just shows the X-flare. It does show a little bit of this going off the charts here, our latest reading. And now this is corresponding with the GOES 18 short, this purple line now. So is it eclipsing this satellite now too, or what's going on? You know, I don't like this explanation. It's not jiving 100%. You know, if it matched up, 95%, I'd be satisfied. If it matched up 93, shit, I'll give you 90% of the time. If it matched up, I would be satisfied, but it is not even getting close. So I just continue to report on it. The red line is missing because it would show this big giant violent dip in our, and this is the sun. If this is eclipsing the planet, or the planet's eclipsing the satellite, that's fine. The rest of this green line shows the sun below the sea level in that B range that I said should be marked yellow. So, regardless of this, we are below the seafloor right now. Okay, there's that. We're going to scroll down. Here's our auroras. They're picking up a little bit here. I'm too zoomed in again. I've been struggling all day with defiance, resistance. Everything's resistance and defiance. It's like so hard. anyways, you can see our Aurora has picked up. It's dipping a little further south, but the main activity has shifted kind of more this way. It's probably this time of the night anyway, but you can see the intensity has picked up here at the southern as well as the northern. We're not in the red zone yet, but it's getting that yellow strip right here in the center is right in there. Okay, you're seeing the yellow strip here in this center. They're intensifying. Okay, we have more solar wind, whatever particles coming in being diverted to the poles, and you're seeing the auroras. Okay, backing out of this, let's go to the tracker. Oh, here's a little shot of our X flare yesterday. Okay, boom, boom, in that target zone. I said I don't like. Straight on would be better because then it arcs back and away from us. Over here, this arcs back and comes right at us. So you can see the effect it had. It was a bullseye. It flared up red. It knocked things out. What was it, a G5 or something? Where did it say? Oh, right here. Yeah, it was almost a G5 right there, this yellow one right here. So, oh no, that was back here. That was this red one, sorry. So, yeah, it almost knocked stuff out for a while. So let me go back now. Okay, now to the solar tracker. Let's see if they got any data for us. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Finally some data. Look at this, folks. And it shows quite a blast. It does disrupt our magnetic field line just a tad bit, but it looks like we're gonna dodge a bullet here, a big one. All right, you guys, we're getting really lucky. There's some divine intervention going on, or else we'd be toast right now. Okay. At least it's going away from us because we cannot handle much more. So I will take this as good news right here that it's going away. That's good. The objects that went by that caused this are not going away. They're not going in this direction. They're still coming at us. So their magnetic fields will still disrupt us. Even though the CME doesn't, they're going to have CME-like effects. They're going to report a ghost CME because this one wasn't supposed to hit, yet it still had effects. That's from the objects that caused the CME in the first place. Okay. So, I am satisfied we actually got some data out of that instrument for a change. What else do I want to look at? Sunspots, it's all freckled on the side here. It's rotating out of position. What's rotating in is nice and quiet, but that does not stop objects from interacting with the sun. Okay, and that X flare, boom, 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 it's on that southern hemisphere. The equatorial line of the sun is like, say, right here, okay? We are not even with the equatorial equator of the sun. We are south of it, positioned south of it. This flare is in that south region, just where we're at, and it's in that spiral zone. That's what I wanted to show you again, the spiral zone. Do you see? This is the... I want it all the way in your face. Come back here. Right about there. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's good. This is the Earth. This black and white magnetic field line, IMF line, right here, connects to the sun. Do you notice it's not a straight line? The magnetic line is an arc. When something comes off this quadrant over here of the sun at 24 degrees, okay, in this, between 24 and 25, right in that zone, right there, when shit comes off the sun right there, it magnetically connects to us. That is a strike zone right in that area. Even though they think the straight on is, it is as well, but this corner right here is another strike zone. Okay? And it runs down this IMF line. So even though this CME is going away, the energy from it did cross our IMF line right about there. Did you see right at the very beginning? Watch closely right by that red box right here, right when it erupts, it crosses our IMF lines. We are going to make connection with this one, even though it's going away. Okay, it won't be a blast that we absorb, but it will have electromagnetic effect. Okay, thank you for that one, Lord. Oh, we got to zoom out so we can just continue properly. Okay, now, did we cover everything in this site? I need a sip of water here. Can I zoom in on this a little bit more? There we go. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, here's the perfect position. It's arcing back towards us, towards the camera, all right? Say the camera is the Earth. This is the coming out and arcing right back at the camera. And when it hits, there is our red bullseye direct hit. I wish I could shift this map left to right, but you can see the other side of it over here. If this had hit America, it would have knocked out our communications probably for a little bit. Okay, so we dodged another bullet. It says R1 level radio blackout, which is, I guess, not too bad. It could be a lot worse, but something like this, we get another magnetic connection, something like this could disrupt our communications here. So I just got to inform you about that stuff, okay? And how do we get back out of that? So we're done with this tool, I believe. Here's our X flare reporting real quick. It's a 1.2. That was yesterday's. This M flare was a 5.4. Okay, and finally reported this one right there. And no report on the magnitude of these, even though some of them are deeper than others. Just like, I got to point this out again because it's just not jiving with my... I got to test everything, and this just isn't jiving. It's perfect timing, which is fine. That jives, but the intensity, the durations, the leveling off on some, the backward and forward, accelerations, just not adding all up. Okay? Anyways, we're done there. Let's come over and check the Schumann. Get that thing out the way. All right, it's, let's do our little scooch dance here, folks. Pull this in. Why am I not getting brightness very well? Oh, well. So, we're looking right here, our 7.83 coming across right here, this green line, and it's nice and healthy, pumping along nice and strong right there. That's good. We had a small screech of the brakes, but nothing too bad. That's just a little mouse fart. So we still have this screeching down here at this level, okay? That kind of concerns me a little bit. We're going to continue to watch what happens here. When I see these other levels glowing a little brighter here and here, it's like, to me, it tells me there's magma down below that's on the move, okay? And it seems that it might be rubbing on the bottom side of the crust, creating this harmonic at 13 hertz or whatever, because as these waves emanate from the crust and go up, they slow down. The thicker, the denser the material, the slower the wave moves through it. So when we hit the crust, it's going to register as lower frequencies, which that's the lower frequency band, okay? Those lower frequencies, they emanate from the surface of the planet, and they go up and they hit the atmosphere and bounce back down as echoes. And that's what this instrument detects, are these echoes that are bouncing down off the atmosphere, called the Schumann resonance. That Schumann resonance is created by the metal core spinning inside a semi-molten metal shell, and when those two rotate inside of each other, it generates an electromagnetic field, just like a small electric motor does with magnets. If you spin the little shaft, if you put a battery on it, the magnets will make the little shaft spin. If you don't put a battery on it and you spin the little shaft with your finger, you can get electricity to come out the other end. Okay, that's the dynamo effect that works inside of our planet, that generates the electromagnetic field that protects us. Okay, the sun does the same thing, but on a grander scale. Its core and its shell rotate inside of each other, generating a much bigger electromagnetic field, a much stronger, more intense one that actually glows and emits light. And that's where the sun glows from, is from its corona. It's not because the surface is so hot that the sun shines. The sun shines because of the electric dynamo effect inside of it, generating the electromagnetic field around it, like ours, but the sun's is called the corona, okay? And that's what we do over here. We study, this is a coronagraph. We block out the sun so we can study its corona. All right, that's where all the electricity and the power is coming from. So where was I, Lord? Oh, God, way lost on that one. I go off on tangents. This new medication my doctor's going to put me on, I might not even be able to perform a video soon, so they plan on making me catatonic, I think, to where I can't even speak. I'll be drooling, eating pudding. Wonderful doctors. I am so disappointed. So I can't go there right now. I would lose my shit. So Schumann, just grinding along. The core grinding along in reverse, but still plugging along. We still got an electromagnetic field protecting us. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Now on to the polar vortex again here. Okay, so I'm going to pull back a little bit so you guys get a little bit of perspective. What is going on with my lighting? Are you guys... Oh, I know. I forgot. I scooch in, and then I got to scooch back. All right, there we go. It's a little bit better. And now everything's sideways, whatever. Okay, you can see our polar vortex is incomplete. It will not completely make a full loop. It is being torn apart right over here, right here, at Alaska. Okay, you see our main vortex is nice and strong coming right here, but then when it goes to hook in, it gets torn in half, and we have a sub-vortex trying to form, but it's not a vortex. They're both hooks. We have a hook and a sub-hook. So as we rotate over here and look at this hook, it's coming in at the west coast. It is funneling stuff from the vortex down at the west coast. See? Let's go right here and zoom in. Follow this with me. It comes off of here. It drops down. It comes across, and it hits America in the... All right, in the face, right there. Just punches it right in the face, right there. Okay, this sub-vortex is it's hanging out. It's not going anywhere. It seems to be maybe fighting for dominance with the other one. We're in transition, so anything's possible, but we're just seeing some odd stuff. Here's most of the energy over Russia, China. Okay, our equatorial one is creeping further and further north. Okay, our mid latitude band, not mid latitude, but this band right through here that kind of separates everything is still holding strong, but there are breaks in it, like right here at Hawaii. I want you to see this flow. See how it's going down and mixing in with... All right. There we go. See how it's coming back down? It's crossing that boundary line now. All right. There's not many places where this boundary gets crossed. It's a little bit here, but right here it has its own little vortex right along this line. Okay, right at Hawaii. So I'm a little concerned about what kind of pressure this puts on Hawaii, because some of this creates earthquakes as well. It has an effect on our tectonics as well. Okay, we're gonna come down here and check out the southern vortex real quick. Oh wow, it's still whoa. It was having its little sub vortex fight, and it appears now it has a new inflow. You see this red stripe right up here coming off the tip of South America right here? This is a new fetch, a new southerly fetch flow that's feeding the vortex down here. Okay, see how it's got to get its air from somewhere. So we backtrack and we go find where it's coming from. Now it's all of a sudden coming from this new band. So we are seeing changes at the southern polar vortex in a different fashion instead of the split vortex. I want to come back to the top one. Something was not looking right here. All right, let's see if we can get this just right. Hopefully on the camera you can see there's the top of the earth. Here's the cross right here, and this is the center, the geographic North Pole, not the electromagnetic North Pole, but the geographic, where the axis actually spins. Come on, get off of there. All right, now you can see it right there. Okay, get off of there. All right, now these winds, the vortex, its central location of rotation is like right around here. Okay, this whole vortex would, if it completed, it'd be like right around here somewhere, But as it finishes its loop, look where it's looping. It's finishing its loop right over the geographic North Pole. So our polar vortex is warped. It is way, way, way off kilter. As I back out now, do you see how off kilter this vortex is? And how to counterbalance it, it looks like Mother Nature is counterbalancing that effect by this hook, this secondary hook. And this secondary hook is not good because it is taking that polar vortex and funneling it at the west coast of the United States. And then these things go across and they just kick ass all across the country. I need to zoom out. I am not on my game tonight, so please forgive me. All right. Now we can go about business. Yeah, just one more time, now that we got it. That was the problem with my camera the whole time. It was too zoomed in. All right. Anyways, here's a little bit better shot. You can see the intensity coming off of Russia and China here. Half of it's going up to the very geographic North Pole. The other half being torn away and shoved right at the west coast. This flow is not a good setup for America. Now we're going to go over to the chemicals. We're going to light it up with some SO2. Oh, take the winds off. Okay. Our nightly SO2 report. I'm going to have to do this nightly now because this is so out of hand with this stuff. Just take a look at what's going on with our country. This is all sulfur dioxide that's leaking from the ground, from the lava underneath, pushing up to the bottom side of the crust. Eventually it's going to run out of gas and lava is going to be coming out. So hopefully there's lots of gas under there still or whatever, but you can see every day it's just been pouring out like this day in and day out. It's not like a 1 day event or a 2 or 3 day long event. It's been doing this for how long now? I'm sorry, I'm losing my cool. I've had such a rough day, I can't even describe. This this is a good depiction of how rough my day looks. That's what I feel like right there. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Let's come over here to Salt Lake City. Zoom in on the lake. All right, we still have this band. It's growing over here. At least it's not closer to Salt Lake, but this band that had stretched out now is now stretched out more easterly and has grown in intensity. So we got more pressure just outside of Salt Lake City in the mountains out there. Okay. It looks like up here we're having more pressure released. This spot right here, this is where our earthquakes were at Yellowstone yesterday, and we'll go do an earthquake report right after this. In fact, all right, slow down. We got the spot up here still pumping out. Oh, the Bay Area. Let's go into the Bay Area because millions of people live here. I'm not really happy with the Bay Area right now, but millions of people do live here, and our plume is growing in intensity and stretching north now. We have more of this Sacramento Valley filling in now. Remember, not just these purple spots, but all this other stuff is still the gas leaking, just in less intense form. Let's come over here. I gotta look. You see this color code bar? No matter what color it's showing, that means it's still coming out of the friggin' ground, okay? But when it's coming out at yellow, it's or in orange, that's just underneath the purple. That's not good. That means there's still stuff coming out. So this whole area, look, let me back out. This whole area right here, this area, down here in Southern Cal, we're having pressure all over the place. Okay? Look up here at the north. Let me get this thing out of the way. East. Someone said east. You want to see the east? Oh. You're asking. You guys are talking in the chat. Sorry. My bad. I got distracted. My medication. I cannot live. They're gonna. It's gonna be so hard to do these reports. They're taking away some meds and giving me something else to like make me catatonic. Oh boy, Oahu is still just glowing purple. I am worried about this island. Any kind of more pressure, CMEs coming in, putting more pressure on the core, putting residual pressure, on the surface, the gas, everything. It's gonna cause problems eventually, and especially at these places that are glowing purple. I pray I'm wrong, but we've already seen results already. And you know what? I'm not even going to talk about them right now. I am so apoplectic. Let's go to Java, though. There's some people there that are poor, innocent people that. I showed you volcanoes, Mariapi going off there. I'm really concerned about Anak Krakatau. I'm so thankful it has not just gone crazy right now. It's been very quiet. There's some new activity, new islands forming in this area, but I'm really worried about that Anak Krakatau and this ridge that runs along here that produced the huge earthquake and tsunami on, what was it, Christmas Eve a few years back. South Africa still got a plume. This little plume, not too happy with them, but here's South America. It's big old plume running all the way down, all individual sites, all the way down Peru, down Chile. Okay, it's intensifying. It's getting darker again. So we must have more energy coming in, been absorbed, and the planet is reacting by spewing out more SO2. Okay, SO4 Sure, why not? Just change to the particulates, come over to SO4. This is still another sulfur compound. This is sulfur quadoxide, I like to call it. And it mixes with water in the air to make SO4, H2SO4, otherwise known as sulfuric acid. And here is your sulfuric acid storm forecast for today. It looks like sulfuric acid will be hitting the west coast later on today, all wrapped up in this storm. It keeps getting caught up in these storms and spread and dissipated all along the line these storms take. And as you back out, George, and you look at the rest of the world, you can see that this sulfuric acid storms occur all around the planet. They get caught up in all kinds of storms, and you can make out the curlicue effects from the storm because it's laced with sulfuric acid. And look at this. This is the place that's pumping out the most sulfuric acid. The place that's poisoning the planet. Yay, congratulations for them. No wonder why they're in deep shit. We're all in deep. That's the quotes on the deep part. Oh, I love this sulfuric acid storm. What's this, a sulfuric acid hurricane? All right, look at that. Cool, bullseye. Who's under the bullseye? Oh, that's just above the Black Sea right here. Wow, nice sulfuric acid storm you guys got going there. Okay, enough. Let's move on to our earthquakes. Okay, this is more important right now. I am going to try to do this the best I can. Might need a cigarette here soon. Okay, let's take a little peek around. Ooh, what happened down here? Oh, 6.3. Gee, I wonder where all the energy, a 6-point energy came from. Possibly over here the other day. Remember I was saying it's going to go around, it'll push across. It didn't hit the apex point, but boy, it's halfway between the fracture zone and the apex point, though. And let's see, is it on the beach in the weak zone? Yep, it sure is. And a 4.4 aftershock. Oh, wait, there's a... All right, let's start here. It's a 6.3 at 11.6 depth. That's a shallow quake. That they felt, okay? That they felt at the surface. Probably this one. Wait. 10:33. 15:03. 12. All right. First, this one at 10:33. You're 6.3. Here's the first aftershock, a 4.4 at a depth of 23.3. I believe that one was next. Yes, a 4.2 at a depth of 10. And a 4.5 at the depth of 10. Praying these are just aftershocks because this one, the depth on this one, boy. You know, if these three depths didn't match so dang close, 11.6, 10, and 10, that's the only deeper one. And it was the first aftershock. We are looking at a possible quake, maybe a small quake flurry event. It's right next to this fracture zone. I just hope that this is a good, healthy 6.3. See, to have aftershocks like this, that shallow, corresponding with this, to me, it just needs to be a little bit stronger than 6.3. This might be a small quake swarm. Okay? I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of it. But to me, when I see a 6.3 at a depth of 11, and then the aftershocks right next to it are at the same depth, this is a small little quake swarm. This one over here is the aftershock of this one. So it may have caused a little weakness in here, and now we might see some smaller quakes in this region. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on this little region right here for you guys, because now that that has happened, it may have triggered a small quake swarm. And if we see any more, I mean, they can be aftershocks as well, but I want to see aftershocks in a smaller range at a shallower depth than this one. Okay. Anyways, let's back out of that. That was the I guess the big event of the day, because I don't see anything bigger. But we need to come over here and start checking Japan. That's a 5.4 at a depth of 73, right on the ridge, or right inside the ridge. That's pressure being released. That's good. We don't want to see anything bigger than that along this corridor. And if you look, it looks like it is filled in the gaps. Bing, bing, bing. It didn't hit at our fulcrum point, but it sure did hit right here and here. That's good enough. I'll take that. I'll take that over a big quake right there. So it looks like maybe we're getting a little cooperation from Mother Nature here, and we're releasing pressure appropriately, and instead of locking up and exerting a big force. Now, over here, I think you guys understand why this area is important. Let's go to this one first. It's right on the apex point right here. Okay, it's a 3.3 at a depth of 17. It's a little bit of pressure. This one's 2.5 at a depth of 20, and that one's 17. So they're similar depths. This is just right. This is the pressure coming in, wrapping around, okay? It dispersed all along the line. It came down. It dropped off a couple of quakes right there, nothing too big. Let's go down to Southern Cal, or what is this, Mexico a little bit. 2.5, that's pretty small. And at a really shallow depth, that's perfect. Let's go over here to Cocos, because this is, whoopsie, very important spot right here. 4.6 at 23.5. Is it right on the beach? Ooh, it's on land. I would expect that to be a little bit closer in the water, but we will take it. That's definitely pressure being released right there. Right on the land at 23. The depth was 23. So that's perfect. See how it's just off the fault line? That's perfect distribution. I would rather see these quakes happen just off the fault line. We don't want to see them happen right on the line, because it could cause a rupture and unzip. Okay? We don't want any zippers unzipping, if you know what I mean. Okay? Keep your pants on, people. Now, this other one right here. We don't usually get many quakes in this area right here. This is a healthy 4.6 at a depth of 160. It's a deeper quake in this strata in here, and that's that pressure has traveled under the mountains and is being released as well on the backside of this strata right here. The underwater or underground network right here is like a roadblock, so it has to go around it or underneath it. So it did, and it released a little more energy. That's good. These two together should have released enough energy to keep everything nice and solid and smooth around this area. Okay, everybody keep that area smooth in your prayers. We covered that. I want to go see deepness over here. Oh, there it is. Dang. I didn't want to see deepness, but we found it. Oh, is it two of them? Oh, great. All right, here we go. This is the island of Fiji. I've been there myself. It's a beautiful, beautiful paradise. It's too bad it's right in the target zone, because a lot of these deep quakes and a lot of our activity. Yeah, oh, Cindy Lou, the 60 earthquakes in Yellowstone. Yeah, I did hear about that. In fact, I reported on them last night when there was only like 13 of them. Then when the first flurry started, I spotted it right away. In fact, I think I did a little update or something last night on that one. I can't remember. But thank you, Cindy Lou. You're an angel. Yes, I did hear about that. And we'll get to that as well. In fact, I just mentioned it. So, yeah, we had 60 quakes, a quake swarm in Yellowstone Lake. Remember, I was pointing that out last night? Okay, real quick, let me finish up here, though. All right, the island of Fiji, beautiful paradise. I wish I could live there. It was so beautiful. And it's too bad. It's still beautiful, but it's right in the danger zone. And this quake is a 561. Am I getting the depths and everything in this friggin' screen? Oh my god, this whole time I haven't had them on the screen. Okay, back to 561 depth. That's very concerning because we just had deep quakes in this area already. Now we're continuing to have deep quakes. This is a 4.4 at a depth of 561. Now watch this one right next to it is another 4.4, even deeper at 572. These two quakes, you might as well add them together. Okay? 4.4 and a 4.4 was the other one, right? They're both 44s. That's God working right there. I know exactly how He works, and that's God's handiwork right there. So the two 4.4s together, I would say we're in five and a half range, maybe 5 to 5.5 range energy that's being down below, being pushed up. It should come up to the surface at 5.5, maybe. I don't want to go to 6, but I would say 5.5 to 6 range pressure just came up to the surface again. And how many times have we seen this pressure come up and then travel down the network? So, heads up to the network. All these lines, we got another wave of energy, another two deep quakes, 4.4s both, right at Fiji, right at the head of this whole thing, leading it off. So, two new quakes. We got more energy coming downstream, folks. It's maybe 5 range to possible 6. I wouldn't. There's still pent up energy that hasn't been released. So adding more to it, we might see bigger quakes. And I don't want to say that, but I'm really concerned we might see 7s, 8s. Pray I'm wrong. But hopefully this stuff being, releasing some energy will be enough for this next inbound energy. Okay. Sorry about that. This one I got to check real quick. It's 4.8 at a depth of 62. That's a little bit down there, but that's some pressure. It's being released, but what concerns me is it shows me the pressure that's on this line. All right, I'm really concerned about the island of Java and all the pressure that's on this fracture zone. We're seeing earthquakes in this area. All right, this is a 4.8. I want more energy being released in this size range in here. If not, if we don't continue to see something 4.8, 5 range releasing in here, there's going to be a big event. There's a lot of pressure built up here, and it's starting to release right here, okay? Right next to the island of Java. So alert for this area right now, okay? It's always been under alert, but right now, look out. You're starting to have movement. This could also be lava on the move. We might have another eruption here on Mariapi. Okay, and just because of these reasons, I'm not trying to predict stuff. I am telling you what to expect. Okay, I'm not in the prediction process field. I don't try to predict stuff. I try to use a process to show you how it works. So just like Dutch does, okay? And I'm not trying to copy his style. I'm just taking his knowledge to help everybody else understand well as well. Here we are. This tip, remember I was talking about this tip point right here and pressure being released from here? Ta-da! Here's our quake. It's a 4.2 and it came in at a depth of 103. We might see more in this area. That's not enough. That's just a sample of what should be happening more in this area at this apex point. Okay, I have run way late. No, I haven't. Okay, stick around for the gem tonight, because another message, I guess. Look at this fracture zone, and we're having a release right here of 4.5 energy at a depth of 10. Okay, it's just off the fracture zone. That's fine. That's perfect. See this? If this was a 7.0 or bigger, the tsunami would hit this island instantly. See what I'm saying? So we gotta be careful. We want to see smaller quakes like this releasing energy in this area before they have a big event, okay? Because there's more and more pressure being built up every day. Every day the sun shines and we absorb more of this crap that comes in, the hotter and hotter it's going to get. This is a 4.0 at a depth of 16. That's nothing I really care too much about. Okay, the rest of the map is looking responding just fine. You can see a response right here along this fracture zone. That's release of pressure 4.8 at 10. Yep, perfect. So some of these are good. Some of these are release of pressure that we want to see. Others are indicators of what's to come. This, we need more pressure release there. Indicators of what's to come. Well, here we have our two deep quakes. All right, so we got more pressure coming down the line. Even quakes at Hawaii now. We have a 2.6 at Hawaii at a depth of 5.8. Just in case there's a swarm, okay, it's just one quake, and that's perfect. It's on the flank of the volcano. That means there's magma moving around in there, okay? And I'd rather see an eruption here and release a bunch of pressure than anything happen to the island of Oahu, okay? I want you to look at this. You see this plateau network underneath the water? Okay, this is what's crucial. I want you to look very closely at this plateau network, all right? This strata right here. It all hooks together, all right? There are tunnels and tubes that hook all this together. This pressure can be down here at this island. If one of these volcanoes would go off appropriately, not catastrophically, but we need some pressure released from this volcano in order to fix Oahu, okay? Oh, bingo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Looky what we have. A new one just now. 2.6 at the geysers. This is a geological, topographical surface event, okay? It's at the geysers. This is pressure being released at a weak point along the crust here, and it's off the fault line, which is good. It's perfect release of pressure. I'll take a few more of those if we can. Nothing too big though. All right. Ooh. Yes. How could we not finish up on Yellowstone? This is Hoback, Wyoming, a 3.3 there at a depth of 5. How far away from the lake is that? Oh, it's just south of the lake. So here's our activity up at the lake. All right, this is the little zone that it was happening in right here. All right, at the moment it is a the latest one was a 2.5 at a depth of 3.9. It's right underneath the water. It's right on the floor of the lake. Okay, now what I'm going to do now. There we go. Notice the difference? Just by one setting here. Here's 1 day's worth. Here's 7 days worth. And here is all magnitudes for the last 7 days. 60? Shoot, looks like we've had more than that. Let me take down this part here. How do I get this tab back down? Oh. There we go. All right. We are having a quake swarm event at Yellowstone Lake. The report was 60 quakes. Sure, we could sit here and count 60 dots. I'm sure there's 60 there. There's probably even more. Concerns me is the magnitude of these quakes. We were reporting 3.7 on some of them. The biggest one, I think, was that one, 3.7, yeah. Some of these were 3s, 3.3s. There's a 2.7, 2.6, but these aren't aftershocks from some big quake. This is a quake swarm. When you see a bunch of 2.8s, 2.7s, all these low-range quakes all at the same depth in this same pocket area, it's clearly a quake swarm, right? We can all agree on that, right? I'm not making shit up. This is a fucking quake swarm in Yellowstone Lake. You're in deep shit. Okay? I know you guys are in deep shit. Because I have seen what's going on in the spiritual realm, and Brian, what is the sulfur dioxide from the lake? Oh, it's leaking from the ground. There's perforations around this area. Have you ever been to this area? There's geysers, there's all kinds of hot pools, so there's sulfur emitting from this area all the time already. But when you're seeing quake activity like this, and it's going to emit the sulfur from the... What the hell's going on over here? Are you shitting me? Sorry, folks. I'm sitting here talking to myself while I'm talking to you guys. Sorry. Something going on over here. Just off the lake right here, we have another quake swarm, folks. And what is the geologic feature here that I cannot see? What is happening here? Is it this bed? This lake bed or something? What is going on here? I'm going to have to come back to this later, folks, because I'm going to have to study this a little bit. Unless you guys see something here you think it might be... This is a lake, I take it, right? It's not a mountain shadow. Yeah, that's a lake. We got our dam, probably generating an electromagnetic... No, that's a quake. Right in this little marshy area. What is going on here? It goes... Sorry, I'm doing a little homework with you guys. I hope you don't mind. Chat amongst yourselves. How about that? This is a river. Okay. There's some kind of upthrust, it appears to be. This is some kind of dome. It almost looks like a dome-type bulge structure in the ground. I'm sorry, I keep flipping in and out. I'm doing that so I can see it, but you guys are getting dizzy. They're kind of somewhere dome structure. There's going to be uplift or something is happening in this area just right next to the lake and its quake swarm. We also got, what's this on the land? Oh, is that the one by the river? No, this is a, it's just a geological field. But, yeah, we have a red alert for Yellowstone, right? We do have quake swarms here every once in a while, and it turns out to be nothing. But you guys understand the pressure that's coming in, the stuff that we're seeing, and how it reacts to the planet, right? Now, we would expect to see pressure doing stuff around the world in different spots, right? Well, here we have... it says 1,000 words. Brian, can you see the uplift? No, you can't see the uplift. They have to measure it with lasers. It's so minute and happens so slowly over a course of time that you have to, yeah, it's awakening. You have to have, like, survey equipment on 24/7, 7 days a week. It needs to be on 72 hours a day, 9 days a week. There we go. How's that? 72 hours a day, 9 days a week. It has to work triple time. We need more instrumentation, more readings. We need more data. This is insufficient. This little map with a bunch of yellow dots, please. I need a lot more data than this. Okay, this is very concerning. I will just leave it at that. I am not a big fear monger. I am more of you better be fucking scared for your own reason, for good reason, not for stupid reason, for good reason. And when you see tonight's gem, you'll understand why I'm using this language, because I am apoplectic at what is going on right now. Okay, this is where I take a cigarette break and you guys watch the map. Let me. We don't have all the data now because I'm hours late. Oh boy, we get 5 frames, 10 frames of watch this storm at least. Okay, we'll report on that in a minute here. I got to take a few drags. Missed all the data. Oh my God. Why, Lord? Why? Yeah, bear with me just a sec, folks. Yeah, look at that monster storm moving through there. It's probably better we don't have more data. Alright, lights, camera, action. Here comes some action. Alright, thanks for bearing with me there. I needed that. Oh, boy. So that storm hasn't changed much. It's still the monster that it is, and that's what we need to really focus on. Is the next 24 to 36 hours right here. Okay, this is no joke, guys. People are gonna die here. I hate to use this terminology, but oh, it said Brian, check out something there. Oh, I missed it, but let me continue with this, and I'll scroll back through the chat at the end. Remind me at the end to scroll back through the chat, and I'll answer questions. Let me continue with this though. This is a 990 low. It still. Oh, great, no numbers on that one. 982 right there. That is deeply concerning. Here is this area where the Phoenix was over is going to have a tornado outbreak of some kind. Okay, this is not a joke anymore. This storm is deadly serious. All right, it's not playing games. It's icing on the back, snow, deep snow, fire danger on the back side of it. You guys saw that last night at Andy Hill. Okay, I'm not joking anymore. Fire danger. Okay, hurricane like danger, high winds, huge hail, tornadoes way up north up here. Okay, I am deeply concerned about this storm. I cannot pull my bullhorn out right now and wake up the entire household, or I would. 983 low. This is a bomb cyclone, land hurricane, just one badass storm that should be taken deadly seriously. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Here comes more residual moisture getting tugged along this low. This low is dragging stuff with it. Thankfully, that one seems to have petered out. But starting right now, I'm putting everybody on alert. This part of the country, everybody from this half of the country over is on red alert right now, except for like Florida, because you see this is reaching back to Texas. You see it reaching back with snow all the way into South Dakota here and Nebraska. It's even connecting back here still. So, boom, right there. That is 11 p.m. March 31st. let's back up. I need times on every frame. I am not gonna. All right, 5 a.m. March 31st. That is current conditions, okay? You guys are under the gun right now. There's icing event going on up here. Thunderstorms and hail, snow up in here. This is 11 a.m. March 31st. Yeah, that's the next frame. So 11 a.m. March 31st Pacific time. That would be 3 more hours for the East Coast. That would be 2 p.m. So midday, mid-afternoon, this thing is going to intensify with the sun shining on it. It will pull those thunderheads way up tall, okay? Then at 5 p.m. Pacific, that's 8 p.m. in this area, East Coast, 7 probably in here, you're going to be under the gun. It's going to start happening. It's going to start happening tomorrow night, or technically tonight now, because it's 3 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. Boom. Now we're talking, this is 11 p.m. Pacific. This is 2 in the morning. At 2 in the morning, the people of Wisconsin and Michigan are going to have tornadoes tomorrow night at 2 in the morning. Do not go to sleep in this area. If you are in this area, I would get the hell out of there. I wouldn't even stick around. Come back a week later or something when the damage path is finally accessible or whatever, and go see what happened. I'm really worried, really concerned about the people in this area right now. High alert for this area, okay? And everybody in this whole strike zone, because at this time, all kinds of hell's going to break loose. Boom. This is still at 983 low. This is at 5 a.m. April 1st, okay? 5 a.m. Pacific. That'd be 8 a.m. out here on the East Coast. April Fools. Yeah, it ain't a joke. April Fool's Day for the East Coast is going to be hell on earth. Okay? You guys are going to be, it's going to be a crazy weather day. I'll be watching Ryan Hall and Andy Hill probably as we just do our best to warn the world of what's coming. Okay? And I suggest you guys do the same. I check out Mary Greeley. Yes, I've followed Mary for a long time. I don't mention her stuff very much, but I do follow Mary Greeley. And I'm sure she's got her hands full at the moment. Just like I do. Okay, still just a huge derecho type storm. All these wind bands around this whole area, high winds, okay? It's going to knock out power. It's really going to kick the East Coast's ass, all right? Then, as we continue, this is still a 987 low when it's way up here. This is Canada. It's going to dump snow in Canada. It's going to cause chaos in Toronto, the people north of the border, too. Canadians as well. My brother's up there. You're going to be suffering as well, okay? And this storm reaches all the way back still to Texas. You can see this long line. This is a dry line. There's going to be fire hazards all behind this dry line. Let me back up the dry line. As this storm progresses and everybody's getting hammered, there's a dry line on the backside. They're going to be getting hammered with fire danger. All this wind is going to dry things out, and huge fire danger everywhere behind this dry line. So watch as I go forward. Fire danger. Fire danger. Fire danger. Fire danger. Even after you just got a soaking, you are going to have that's tonight. Technically, we are March 31st now, 3 hours. Well, you guys on the East Coast are 6 hours into March 31st, so that will be tonight for the East Coast, yes. Let me back it up again, because I cannot reiterate hard enough. This is no joke. That right there. 11 p.m. That's going to be about 1, 2 in the morning here. This bullseye area right here, and it's not just this yellow zone, it's the whole area. Remember that map that Andy showed you last night? Everybody in the whole area right there is in the strike zone. You see these? I can't zoom in a little harder, Lord, please. Okay. These little yellow pop-up lines, see these little tiny ones? Those are the ones I don't like. These are the pop-up ones that cause tornadoes that are really, really hard to track. They pop up really fast, they do a lot of damage, and they disappear real quick. Those are they're nighttime storms, and they're going to be deadly all through this area. I can't stress enough. Get out of that area. Get underground. Make your plans for tonight to seek shelter. Okay? I would even cut going to work today and go to the store, get yourself some water, candles, batteries, blankets, your essential items that you're going to need for maybe 3 to 4 days of being without power, without resources, without help. This is going to take out some of the first responders too. So you might have to rescue yourself. I would prepare the best I could if I were you guys in this region. Okay, like you're preparing for a hurricane. Okay, I don't understand why the Weather Service isn't issuing like some kind of hurricane warning or some kind of extreme harsh weather warning. More, please God, why did this happen? More adamantly than just your local weather forecast. Okay. Oh great. Let's just tango. Fine. You want to dance with me? I'll pull you right back up. There you go. There. I'm really concerned about 2 a.m. March 31st, tonight, 2 a.m. for this whole area. Starting now through 2 a.m. through April 1st, until this storm finally, you see how it's rotating back and still getting stuff? Until all that has cleared on 11 p.m. On April 2nd by the time it's here. This will be 1, 2 in the morning on April 2nd by the time it clears the East Coast, okay? So from now until April 2nd at that time, this whole half of the country is under a red alert, okay? Red alert. And where did my gem go? Oh my God. I clicked out of it? How did that happen? And what was it going to be? Oh, okay. I think, yeah, I think we're ready for the gem now. Let's just get to it because I'm running late and I got more stuff to do still. We're going to come over here. Oh, one of these nights I'm going to get my other computer going and I'm going to join you guys in the chat room because I'll have an extra device to tap into the chat room and chat with you guys. I want to come down here to Israeli News Live. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about Stephen Ben-Nun over at Israeli News Live, okay? And I'm not going to play his whole report, but what I am going to play is that part right there. I want you guys to read this headline, okay? Terrifying impact 130 meters underground from a Russian supersonic Kosnot missile at the NATO command center in Ukraine. You know what? This is too important. I got to play a little bit of this. You guys got to hear this. Let's just start right here.
ProNews.gr reporting terrifying impact 130 meters underground from a Russian supersonic Kinzhal missile at NATO command center in Ukraine. And they do show video footage of this. It is a Russian report there. Well, I say Russian, maybe Greek instead of Russian, but yeah, appears to be Greek. But at any rate, they're showing the actual strike, the location where it was hit, not what you're seeing on social media for some degree there. It was a supersonic missile traveling over 12,000 miles an hour. When it struck the base there going underground. Russia said they pulled out about 40 people out of the debris thus far. There is believed to be about 300 though, that were killed, that were buried inside the ground there at this NATO command center. Both American, Ukrainian troops there that were killed in this particular blast. American, Ukrainian troops there that were killed in this particular blast. Inside the ground there at this NATO command center. Both American, Ukrainian troops there that were killed in this particular blast. Now, with all that going on there, of course, Russia is stepping up its attacks. They do control the skies over Ukraine to some degree.
Okay. I think you guys understand the gravity of the situation, what's going on here. Okay. Let me put it back on this headline here. Okay. This just came out a little while ago. You guys don't know who Stephen Ben-Nun is. You need to go over there, give him a like, subscribe, do whatever you guys, if you haven't done it yet, you need to get your ass over there and start getting enlightened, all right? Stephen is here to help you guys, so listen to him. His contacts are a little different than mine, but let's just say we agree on a lot of stuff, okay? This is not good news. This is a Russian strike on a NATO command center. There were Americans killed in this strike. I played it 3 times for you so you could hear it, all right? You're in deep shit. And then, as I peer over my shoulder, I'm looking at Fox News, and it says, former President Trump indicted. Is this a joke? Because I don't watch Fox News that much. But is this a fucking joke that I'm looking at? Former President Trump is indicted? Oh man, you guys are in deep shit. Russia just attacked NATO. They're sending our hero who fixed our country to jail while Bozo the Clown rapes little kids and gets us all killed. If you guys don't stand up and do something about it, we're all dead. We're all going to glow in the dark here real soon. That's why I titled this, You're in Deep Shit. Because you are. You are. If it's not that, it's this. If it's not that, it's... Did you guys pay attention to my intro? I'm talking to everybody. Not just my viewers, but the 3-letter agencies that like to... You guys better pay close attention. Okay? I'm praying for all you guys. I'm here for you. You guys are my family. I kick ass for you guys and these 3-letter agencies that brought this all on you will see justice in the court above. Since it can't happen here, this is where you guys will get your hope from right here.
Face, you couldn't see it. It wasn't until I took these images and zoomed out and compressed them. You didn't zoom in. They're too big in your face. You have to zoom out to see these. And these images that you're looking at have all been compressed, each frame, and then put into a flip book. And you can clearly see Jesus' face here with his crown hovering over his head, turning into that weird little lion face or whatever right there. Okay? I want to go back and revisit an event that happened earlier this year, 2020, around Easter, when I captured
on Easter
Jesus in the clouds here. So I need you to tilt your head to the right about 45 degrees, and here's an eye, his other eye, his nose, his mouth, his chin and beard, his hair flowing back like this, and you can make out a crown up here above his head. That crown is hovering over his head. There seems to be almost a little halo around his head too. And once you see that,
Okay, that was Easter 2020. Easter is right around the corner, isn't it? 3 years ago, this sign happened in the sky. You guys know how late in the game you are? Do you have any clue how late in the game you are? You're in deep shit. You better be believers. I hope you guys are believers. That's why I bring this stuff to you, so you will know before it's too late, okay? Because the hour is late. The hour is very, very late. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the hour might be late? I don't know. I should turn it over here to Fox News and show you their headline. Trump indicted in Manhattan. DA probe. Indicted on what? Saving the country? Uneffing believable. You guys are in deep shit. All the followers, you guys are going to be rewarded. There is a court above. I have seen it. And these people are in very deep shit. Okay? They're going to do this and destroy this planet. Oh boy, do I have a surprise for them. Yeah, look at that. Just had a little flare there. Oh, you know what? Let's look at this earthquake just a little bit more. Okay, I want you guys to think about this for a little while. Look at this lake and think about Yellowstone and this new activity that's going on, and activity that's going on around the rest of the world. Okay? This is not a joke anymore. I'm done playing games. I've tried to be as nice about this as possible. And when I keep getting jerked around by agencies and doctors and family and no cooperation, nothing but resistance, you're going to see more activity like this from the sun in ways that you're going to blow your mind. Okay? You think this is mind-blowing? You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? You stay tuned. You guys stick around, because I'll be here showing you more every day. That's it for tonight. I love all my followers, okay? I'm not threatening you guys. You guys are beautiful people. I love you, and I love you for all the support you've given to that other channel. You help them out. Thank you. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be helping each other, not this shit. This is unacceptable. What are you, a bunch of children? Huh? What are the IQs of these fucking bastards? 0? All they care about is money, 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 money. And they're going to destroy you and your family and your country so they can steal and rape and pillage the little kids. I'm fucking done with it. All right, that's it for right now. I love you all, and pretty soon I'm going to be reporting more. And you just watch the headlines real close. I'll be back with a vengeance.